Hey guys, welcome to another video. So in this video, I'm going to highlight a couple of devices that BLU has just announced. If you've never heard of BLU products, it's a company that creates affordable Android devices. And they're also going to be branching off into Windows Phone pretty soon here. But there's a particular device, so there's two devices, and it's the BLU Life 8 is a device and that has an octa-core 1.7 gigahertz processor. So here's what it looks like. It's got some pretty good specs, and it should be priced at about $199 full cost, no contract or anything. As you can see here, it has an 8 megapixel camera on the rear. It does have an octa-core processor, which is fantastic. Still only got a gig of RAM, and it's only running 4.2.2. Why they're continuing to bring out devices that are running the older software, I have no idea. I've reached out to BLU, no response as usual. But nonetheless, the Life 8 has 8 gigs of internal storage, and as you can see here, you can put a 64 gig card in there. So the fact that it has expandable storage is great. But the difference between this device and the other device that I'm going to cover, which is the VIVO IV, this has a 720 display at 5 inches. But it's still, here's the design of the device. It's got a octa-core processor, which is fantastic. So you know how a budget device can be, but this is going to be on par for $199. It's pretty good at $199. I would pick this up over the Moto G any day because you get a little bit more with this one. But here's some more of the specs in detail here, and that is the coverage for the BLU Life 8. Now let's back up here and let's go to the VIVO IV, which is really the reason I made this video. So BLU announced this device here a couple days back as a new product of theirs, and it's the VIVO IV. It's 5.5 millimeters thin. That's obviously one of the thinnest devices out there, and I say one of, and I'll tell you why here in a moment. As you can see here, it's 98% Corning Gorilla Glass. I think that's fantastic. You can see the design here. Now this design should look familiar. This entire phone should look familiar, and I'll show you here shortly. It has a 1080p display, 5 inches, same as the other one, the device, the Life 8, but this one has a 1080p display, which brings it in at 441 for the pixels per inch, which should be stunning, just like every other 5-inch device. It gives you some more close-ups of the chassis here and things like that. Some more look at the devices, but it too has the octa-core. This one does not have expandable memory, but it has 16 gigs built in, and this has 2 gigs of RAM. But nonetheless, the 13 megapixel camera and the 5 on the front should be really good. But what I want to scroll down here and show you is that it's still running 4.2. I don't know why BLU would put together such a great product and still put the older operating system on there. I don't know why. Again, I've reached out to them a number of times, and they don't respond. So that's that. But here we go here with the specs. But this device itself should look pretty familiar. Now, this isn't a new device. For those of you that follow the tech world, this particular device is not new. This is actually the same phone that released 2 months ago under a different brand, as you can see here in my tabs. This is just the Gionee eLife S5.5. Why BLU rebranded the same device, and this isn't to bash BLU or anything. This is going to be a great device because it's going to be more affordable than the Gionee. And the Gionee is in select markets, and I'm not going to import the Gionee because it's like $400 to $600 right now. Nonetheless, BLU just basically took the Gionee eLife S5.5 and rebranded it the BLU VIVO IV. Now, they obviously had to have some kind of agreement for this because, as you can see here, this was released in March, and it was announced way back in February. And it's been on the market for a while. It's just not selling in the U.S. It's only going to run on 3G in the U.S., and the BLU product will run on 4G. It won't be LTE, but it'll run on 4G. When you're matching these specs up here, they are identical. There is nothing different about this device. It looks identical to the Gionee eLife S5.5. How they came to this agreement, I don't care. The fact is, this device through Blue is going to be $299. It was announced at $299. Maybe they'll lower it down if it doesn't do well. Who knows? But you can always find a good deal. But pretty much, this is the same device. They basically down to the processors and everything. And Blue always says this about their products, that they're available to upgrade to 4.4.2 or whatever, but they've never done so. I've reached out to them about that. No response. No response. All of the devices are on the older software, and they just keep releasing it. And this particular product I wanted to cover because it's such a beautiful device. And even though it's not a new device to the market, it's just rebranded under their name. It is a fantastic looking device, and it's top of the class. If you ask me, it's really nice. It's got an octa-core processor, 5-inch 1080p display, Gorilla Glass 3, and it's got a metal chassis on there as well. So this is a fantastic device. Why they chose to put the 4.2 on there, and on top of that, it has an overlay. But we all know you can kill that with a launcher. I do plan on picking up this device because I want to switch out the launcher on it and really enjoy the device. I've heard some good and bad things about this launcher, but the Gianni eLife S5, as you can see here, it's just branded differently. This device came out first, but the operating system on this one, as you can see, is similar to the one on Blue. So it's just the icons are round on here, and I'm kind of surprised that no one else picked this up. There's no other blogs or any sites talking about this, because a lot of people might not have known about the Gianni eLife S5.5. But the fact of the matter is, Blue just rebranded this device and called it the VIVO IV. Exact same device, nothing different, down to the processors, everything. You can look here. They just rebranded it. That's all. Everything is the same. Absolutely the same. Body, processor, chassis, build, everything. So this is going to be interesting because this device is supposed to come out at the end of this month. It says it's released now, but I can't find it anywhere. And even on the website, when you go to buy now, it just takes you to their Amazon. Well, it used to be a buy now spot up here, but I guess they've taken it down. Yeah, there was a slot on here to buy now, but they took it down because when I clicked on it, it took us to the Blue landing page under Amazon. But just looking at this, again, it's not to knock them or anything like that, but I just wanted to put it out there that this isn't a new device. It may be new with the Blue branding, but it's actually just the Gianni eLife S5.5, and that's how it's going down. So one last thing I want to cover in this video is the Windows device that Blue announced on Twitter right here. Actually, it's going to look a little different. That device isn't coming to the market yet, but as you can know, Microsoft made some announcements, and several Windows phones were announced. And here is the Blue Windows phone. This has a 5-inch display, and it's running Windows 8.1. So I'm sure you'll start to hear something about this from Blue pretty soon. But this was the picture that they put on Twitter, and this could have just been a prototype just to test things out. Who knows? But this is what they've given to Microsoft, or Microsoft showed off, I guess I'll say. And it says that they showed off 2 devices, but there's no other pictures of the other one except for this one that they had on Twitter. But yeah, that is what Blue is bringing to the table. And if this device is priced under $200, which it probably will be, they're just going to be. I don't know how Blue could not get any positive recognition. I saw a review of this device right here on Android Authority, and I like Android Authority, but I think they were kind of just being biased. There's no other way to say it. They were just kind of brushing it off. The Blue Life Pure XL. This device has all the characteristics of a high-end device, and they just kind of, all the reviews are coming back saying, oh, it's nothing to cry home about. The fact of the matter is, look at these specs. It's got a 16 megapixel camera. Other phones have 16 megapixel cameras, and the pixels don't really matter, but the fact is, look at the processing power that's behind this one. Quad core, Snapdragon 800, 2.2 gigahertz. I mean, What more are they looking for? Is it that they don't like the build quality? Well, personally, I don't like the build quality, but still, it's still got all the power of current devices that are out. 32 gigs of storage, 3 gigs of RAM. I mean, I just don't know why the reviews are coming back so negative, I guess I want to say. But look at the display. It's 1080p, 5.5 inches. I mean, I don't know what other bloggers are looking for in a device, but Blue is hitting every nail on the head with the devices they're bringing out. Now, their new overlay, it's okay. It's not the best. I think I would have preferred the stock look that they were shooting out on their older devices, opposed to this supposedly flatter, cleaner look, if that's what you want to call it. I don't think so. And another thing is, my complaint with Blue is just that they keep bringing out devices with 4.2. But you look at these specs. They're basically bringing out 4G devices with killer specs with 4.2, and it's the operating system. I'm not really I want to be up to date, and if you're bringing something new, go ahead and bring out something new with the latest if you're going to do Android. But they have their own reasoning. I don't know why, but this device should be running 4.4. There's just no reason for it. But getting on with it, Blue is announcing, they just announced this through Microsoft, the Windows device. If you hadn't seen it, there it is. And I think Blue is doing very well. I mean, they've like I said before, they've got every part of the market. They're sealing it up now, and their phones are still affordable off contract. Now, granted, they're not LTE. They have one LTE device, but it's nowhere to be found. I've tried purchasing it. I just can't find it. Here it is down here. This one, the Studio 5.0 LTE. They release videos on it. It's just can't buy it. Haven't found it anywhere. I wanted to try to get this one too, to get a review up for you guys, but can't find it anywhere. Just can't purchase it. So that is it for right now. I wanted to cover some the latest Blue products. Because I was really excited about this particular device, the VIVO IV, and but to my surprise, I found out I knew about the Gianni, but then when this came out, I thought, wow, this has got to be a mistake. So just mastered that myself and found that yes, it is the same device. It'll just be a little bit more affordable through Blue. Blue is going to sell it for $299. Whoever sells it, whenever it's available. So there you have it, folks. I will see you guys in the next video. Great announcement for Blue products. Really enjoy them. And I will see you guys later. Have a good one.